I need you to hear me when I say you do not suck at being consistent, and you're certainly not incapable of being consistent. But here's what is happening. You are addicted to living in the all or nothing cycle. Hear me out. I know you're going to resonate with this. You find yourself living in one of two radically different places in life. You are either giving 150% effort and working as hard as humanly possible in an attempt to achieve the things that you want. You're trying to be perfect, or you're all the way on the other end of the spectrum and doing almost nothing in an attempt to achieve the things that you want in life because in your mind, well, you can't be perfect. I need you to understand the way that this all or nothing thinking is holding you back and sabotaging you from being successful in your life. It is not moving you closer to your goals and dreams, because what happens is when you go all in, sure, yes, you may take some steps forward, but the problem is you crash and you burn the moment that you can't be consistent. And then what do? You go leaps and bounds backwards, failing to create any real lasting change in your life. Consistency is not built in all or nothing. Consistency is built in the middle ground, in the gray area, where I like to say the magic happens. You have more choices in life than doing it all or doing nothing. And today, I want to help you learn how to actually be consistent so that you can live in this middle ground, in this gray area where the magic happens, so you can actually bring your goals and dreams to fruition. One of the biggest lessons that I had to learn when it came to understanding my all or nothing thinking was really recognizing that my best effort and your best effort can and will look radically different from day to day. The truth is, yes, there will be days where you wake up and you feel amazing. You are inspired. You feel motivated. You feel like you could take on the world. That's amazing. You want to learn to take full advantage of those days, but you also have to understand that the way that you feel in life, your feelings and emotions, those are temporary. They ebb and they flow, which means there are also going to be days where you wake up and you're not inspired, you're not in the mood, and truthfully, all you really want to do is crawl your butt back into bed. And you have to understand that that day where you don't feel like it, that day where you're just like, I would rather do anything than do work towards achieving my goals, you have to decide that you are going to be a woman who still chooses to put her best foot forward. And with that, you have to understand that your best effort on that day where you only have 5% to give is equally as valuable as the days where you have 150% effort to give. Your effort is not only valuable when it's at max capacity. Your effort is valuable every single day. And it wasn't until I understood this that I was actually able to be consistent, because in my mind for so long, if I couldn't give 100%, then it just felt like, what's the point, or why should I bother? There's no point in showing up if I can't be perfect today. But the truth is, consistency and achieving your goals and dreams is not built through a series of perfect days. It is built through real life, which means showing up on the days where you can be perfect and showing up on the days where you can't. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you a 3-step process to becoming a woman who is actually consistent in her life so that your goals and dreams can become your reality. Because the truth is, if you've been living and addicted to this all or nothing cycle like I was for so many years of my life, you know, when you look around, you don't have the things that you want, because all or nothing thinking does not bring you the things that you want, but consistency will. And here's how you're going to achieve it. Step number 1, most importantly, you are going to stop abandoning yourself the moment that life happens. Do you hear me? Having this mindset that you're living in a fairy tale land where things are going to be perfect all of the time, it is a facade. Life is never going to be perfect. Circumstances are never going to be perfect. Life is never just going to be calm and quiet and chaos free all of the time. You have to learn to be a woman who stops abandoning herself, her goals, and her dreams the moment that life starts to happen. If you are only showing up when it's easy, you are never going to be successful. If you are only showing up when life circumstances are perfect, you are never going to be successful. I need you to understand that consistency is what creates creates results, and consistency happens when you learn to show up even when life is happening. And that means embracing that concept that I just talked about of 5% effort is my best effort if that's all I have to give that day. Allow your best effort to be good enough, whether that's 5%, 50%, or 100%. And that's step 2 of this process, is to begin to identify what are your different tiers of effort. On a 5% day, what does that look like? On a 25% day, what does that look like? On a 50% day, what does that look like? This has been one of the most powerful exercises that I have taught my clients in my business, is to create different levels of energy, capacity, and effort, so that when you wake up and you realize, I just don't have 100% today, you can assess, what do I have? Maybe I have 50%. And you have a clear indicator of what 50% effort looks like for you, so you know exactly how to show up. So I want you to think about today, what does a low energy day for you look like? When it comes to your goals and your dreams and the things that you want to achieve, what are you capable of doing on a low energy day? What does a mid energy day look like? You wake up, you feel, meh, you're okay. You don't feel the best. You don't feel the worst. What does a day like that look like for you? Of the things that you need to do to achieve your goals and dreams, what are the habits and routines that you are capable of doing on a day where you have middle level energy? And then obviously on high energy days, what are you capable of doing? Probably everything. You have the energy to do it all. Amazing, fantastic. But we need to make sure that we are showing up for ourselves on our best days and on our worst days, because our effort is valuable on each of those days, whether it's 5%, 50%, or 100%. And the third thing that we are going to do is we are kicking, literally, I wish I could kick it away for you right now. We are kicking away our standard of perfection. All or nothing thinking in this cycle that we find ourselves trapped in is literally fueled by our desire to be perfect, by this belief that if we can't do things perfectly, then there's no point in doing anything at all. But it keeps us stuck in this cycle of starting and stopping over and over and over again. And you know, it feels like you're running on a hamster wheel and you're like, I'm exerting so much energy. I'm giving so much energy. Why am I not making traction steps forward? It's because you're going balls to the wall, 150% effort, but then you crash and you burn and you sabotage yourself for days or weeks or months on end. So you make progress forward, but then you're completely setting yourself back. It's like taking 10 steps forward only to turn around and take 15 steps backwards because you can't be consistent in the long run. We need to ditch the standard of perfection so we can break free from this all or nothing cycle and actually stay consistent in our lives. So I want you to ask yourself, where are you setting a standard of perfection for yourself that's just completely unachievable? And why have you decided that you need to be perfect in life, but the people around you don't? I want you to spend a second thinking about the most successful person that you know. Someone who you really admire in your life, someone who you look up to. Many of you watching right now are probably my clients, and I know you look up to me. I want you to think about, is Jessica perfect? Through your work with me, I know that you know I am not perfect. And it doesn't matter who you're thinking about right now, no matter how successful or amazing they are not perfect, because there is no human being walking this earth who is perfect. So I want you to ask yourself, why is perfection an expectation and a standard that you are holding yourself to when the people around you who you admire and look up to are not perfect? Perfection is not a prerequisite to your success, and it is not something that is required for you to achieve everything that you want in your life. But what is required is to learn to live a life where you show up for yourself, even on the days where you can't be perfect. So let's pluck away this little standard of perfection and decide, I am willing to be a woman who is imperfect. I am willing to be a woman who deviates from the plan. I am willing to be a woman who makes mistakes. I am willing to be a woman who doesn't get it right all the time. I am willing to be a woman who, for goodness sake, shows up even when I can't give 150% effort. Okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to spend some time today reflecting on your different levels of effort. I want you to pull out a sheet of paper. And what I want you to do is I want you to turn it sideways, long ways. I should have grabbed a sheet for you guys. I want you to draw a line across the middle. On the left-hand side, I want you to put 0%. On the right-hand side, I want you to put 100%. And down the middle, I want you to put 50%. You see what this is, a sliding scale, 0 to 100. I want you to start identifying, what do different levels of effort look like for you? Identify the goal and the dream that you have for yourself. Let's use weight loss as an example. If you want to lose weight, what are the things that matter? Getting to the gym, getting your steps in, eating high protein, tracking your macros, getting enough sleep, managing your stress, taking care of your mindset. Amazing. Maybe there's more of those things. If you were having a perfect 100% effort day, maybe all of those things go over there. Now for you, what does 0% effort look like? When you have just nothing to give, what is the one bare minimum thing that you can do for yourself? When you have 50% effort and you feel like it's a mad day, not great, not the worst, what does 50% effort look like? What are you capable of? This way, the next time you wake up and you're feeling this way, you don't have to wonder, what am I capable today? Because you have already decided, you have already identified. And again, this doesn't mean you're going to be perfect, but it does mean that you now have a bare minimum standard of how you can show up for yourself so that you can be a woman who puts your best foot forward every single day of your life so you can actually create the results that you want, because consistency is where success is built, not in this all or nothing cycle. Okay. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of the Queen of Pep Talks podcast. If you loved today's video, it would mean so much if you took the time to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment and let me know, how has all or nothing thinking held you back in your life? Do you feel like this has sabotaged your success? And what are you willing to do to break free from being a woman who stays trapped in this cycle? I hope that you will do the exercise that I gave you here today. I know it will change your life. It has changed so many of my clients' lives, for you to be able to recognize your effort and your energy matter, even on the days where you're only capable of giving 5%. Because hey, if 5% is all you got, then guess what? That's your best effort for the day. Okay. I love you guys so much, and I will chat with you next week on a brand new episode of the Queen of Pep Talks podcast. See ya.